Welcome to our weekly mini session. Each week, we deliver a bite-sized workshop on hot topics. This workshop will be live on our main Facebook page, as well as our certified teachers group. We will also have it recorded so you can reference all of our previous topics on the AcroDance Resource Center. Be sure to let us know where you're from in the comments below. Today's topic is how to use Compare Student on the AcroDance Resource Center. We have special guest teacher, Mark Nash, with us. Mark has worked for dance companies throughout the U.S., including International Ballet Theater, Cecchetti Council of America, Dayton Ballet, Cincinnati Ballet, and Ballet West. He has had a career as a soloist and principal dancer. Mark has a BA in dance from WSU, a Master of Arts Administration, an MBA from the University of Cincinnati, and many other dance-related certifications. He is also the U.S. Division Manager for Acrobatic Arts. Mark, nice to have you here. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Marie. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you all today because we're going to talk about the Analyze Student feature with Acrobatic Arts. Now, by now, I know most all of you have heard of our Acrobatic Art Dance Resource Center. And if you already know about it, you'll know that you can find all sorts of exciting things every time you log in. It seems like there's a new update, and we're constantly adding new content to it. So it's an exciting thing to help support your acro program. And for those of you that are new to it, we're going to talk a little bit about it so you can figure out what it is, one of the features, the Analyze Your Dancer feature, as well as how to get it, okay? So what I do want to talk about are some of the basic facts first. And so what is the AcroDance Resource Center? Well, I can tell you that it's an amazing app. It has thousands of videos, lesson plans, detailed syllabus, printout, how-to videos, home study videos, and so much more. I mean, it's basically everything you need to have in order to produce an amazing acro class. And it was made just for you acro teachers, specifically so that you can learn how to safely teach your dancers using progressions and only introducing skills when your dancers are ready for them. It became available this year, and it's available to you now. And I'm going to show you where you can download it and how you can purchase it right here. So if you go to our main web page, that's where you're going to purchase the actual app itself. But before you do that, if you go to your purchasing plan, whatever it is that you use for your phone device or your iPad or whatever it is you're using, I guess not just necessarily an iPad, whatever it is that you're using, you'll go to your app store. So at that app store, if you have Google Play for an Android, or if you use the App Store for iPhone, etc., you'll be able to purchase the AcroDance Resource Center app there. It does say purchase, but that is a free download. So when you go there, you'll see a screen that looks a bit like this, and that is the correct app that you will want to get. But that's just step number one. This, as I said, this is free. You would download it there, but you also need to take step number two. And the beauty in step number two is the purchase. But the beautiful part of that is that you will be able to get the app at a discount because you are AcroDance certified. And that discount can come monthly, yearly, etc. So make sure that you check your code with your purchase and you use that coupon when you actually are going to use the app. So let's go to our webpage real quick. This is what it looks like when you go to our webpage to see the syllabus. You'll see on the bottom right corner of the page that it says syllabus. You'll select that. Then you're going to click on the AcroDance Resource Center option and then purchase now. And as I said, once you purchase it, you will receive a code which will activate your app. So that when you download the app initially, you'll think you have it, but you won't be able to get into it until you actually purchase it and you do step two, get on our page this way, and then you'll receive that special code that you enter in, and then you'll be able to open the app. And once you do so, you're going to see a home screen that looks a bit like this. Now, if you have done it correctly, the first thing you're probably going to see is that there is a page like this that says there's new content to download. Do you want to download it now? And you'll always want to say yes so that you have the most updated information at your fingertips, especially if you're opening that for the first time. That will make sure that you download everything that you need in order to fully utilize it. Now, once you're in, you're going to see a screen like this. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of options, but today we're only going to talk about the Analyze Student feature, but there's a lot of other features. So I encourage you to make sure that you go through and just play around with it. You'll see all sorts of amazing things there. In order to get to the Analyze Student feature, you're going to want to first select Assist Student. Once you've done that, then you're going to select the top video, top option, top right, which says Video Comparison. Now you have the option to select any two videos that you would like from your video library or from the Acrobatic Arts app library. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about creating your own library in just a minute, but we're going to presume that you already have some content there for purposes of this, and then we'll talk about how you can upload it also in just a moment. So if you click on the top box with the magnifying glass, then you will be taken to, in this example, we are going to select the PIN program. And we have lots of videos for our PIN program to choose from. So let's pick level 7 PIN video. And then we're going to pick within that level 7, we're going to pick the gold PIN front view. So we'll click on that option. And if it has loaded correctly, you will see the video icon there in the first box. So now we're going to select the second video that we want to compare it to so we can analyze our student. So by selecting that magnifying glass on the second box on the bottom, it will bring us once again to some of our options. So here we're going to select Assist Student. In the Assist Student option, that's where you're going to find all of your videos that you upload from your dancers. Here I'm going to select Joey Level 7 Gold to compare to the previous PIN video that we've already selected. So now I can see success because I can see that there's a picture for both videos there. So they're both queued up and they're ready for a comparison. Now by clicking compare, both videos would play at the same time. I have screenshots prepared here today just to show you so we can talk about it a little easier. But once you click compare, they will play automatically. Okay, so once you get inside, you're going to see your two videos, one on top of the other. And at the bottom right, you'll see there's a gear icon. And I want you to note that that's going to be your friend as you use the Analyze Student feature. By clicking it, you're going to see many possibilities to adjust and enhance your viewing experience when you're comparing your videos. Okay, so for example, one of the options is a Retime option, and you can see it here at the bottom of this screen. This is going to be used so that you can sync your two videos so that they play the important parts of what you want to view at the same time. So when you have music, it's often easiest because you can sync the music together by using, the starting note, making sure the starting note plays at the same time, for example. And for videos without music, you can play with this Retime feature as well so that you can get the movement synced exactly wherever it is you desire to do that. These can be your own videos versus our app, or this could be two videos of your own. It doesn't matter. As long as they're in your library somewhere, you can pick any videos to compare. And it's a great idea to also compare your dancers with each other, or with themselves. So say you take a video early in the season, then as the dancer progresses through the season, you may want to take the same video and then compare them together. And I prepared one of those for you to give an example. Here you can see that we have synced the videos to play together at the exact same time or as close as possible. So we've synced using that Retime feature. Now, if you look on the bottom right of the screen, you'll see that it looks like an eyeball there. And I like to think of that as sort of the option to spot the errors of your dancers by using that picture within a picture feature. So if you click on the eyeball, then you're going to see some new icons at the bottom of your screen. And these show how your videos are going to be played. So whether it's top and bottom or side by side or transposed one on top of the other, those are all the options you can see there on the bottom. So if you see that sort of double page one in front of the other, that is going to show the videos transposed one on top of the other. And I'm going to select that option just to show you what it does. So when you do that, it's going to look a bit like this. You can see the two videos are now laid one on top of the other. And you can play with that transparency slider on the bottom right part of the screen. And that's going to make the video in the foreground either brighter so you can see it better or lighter. So let's make it really light. And you can barely see, if you look really close, you can see that the one video is quite transparent. So you can see the back leg maybe of the split there and the head and the shadow of the floor there. So you'll play with that based on what you want to accomplish and how you want to see your video. You can also play your videos at 100%, 50%, 25% speed based on what your goals are. If you want to slow it down so that you can take things a little slower as you analyze and share with your student, that's a great option. Now that we've set up this video, let's take a moment to look at videos of our own and what we can do to help, support our students' development. So here I've already queued up two videos. This is a video of a young lady doing a walkover, and this is her doing the walkover a couple of months apart. This dancer in particular struggles a little bit with her hip flexibility, and you'll be able to see that when she does her walkovers. So what we did was we put a lesson plan together to work on stretching her hip, opening up the hip so that she could more better utilize that so that all of the bend wasn't happening in her lower back and or a bent knee. And you can see the results here really easy using this app, which is one of the reasons that I love it so much. So let's take a look at video number one on the top. You can see as she goes, she bends the knee and that she's not pushing that hip forward. So she's not locking through that leg and pressing the hip forward to stand up. And you can see her doing it a couple months later, and you can see there's a fair amount of improvement there. If you have a hard time seeing that, sometimes it's hard for us, especially if we're scrolling through videos on our phone or whatever device we're using. It's hard for us to see the subtle differences. So if you use the Analyze Student feature, you can do that transposing that we showed earlier. So let's do that here. Oops, I went a little too far. There you go. Now you can see, if you look at her as she accomplishes this, you can see that over a span of just a couple of months, she's really improved her hip flexibility and the use of that hip. And if you're not noticing it so much in fast speed, I've also taken a screenshot of it for you here. But you can notice that the darker leggings, she's sitting back in her hip. You see how there's not much hip mobility used there. Whereas in the tights that have the print on, you can see in that video, which is 2 months later, she's pressing through the hip and really using it. You can also see with the leg that she's starting to press through better that way. And even the head, we can see that she's utilizing her head a little bit better. She could certainly improve on that by looking at her fingertips a bit longer. But you can see over a span of a couple months, improvement that you might not otherwise recognize as a teacher. So what a wonderful tool to help us with that, right? Now, I think that this is a wonderful tool to get creative with. So you can use this even when you're cleaning your duets. You're doing a duet tap number or an acro number. It's really easy to transpose each of the dancers so that you can see timing differences, etc. It's also sometimes fun to play with choreographic effects. If you're choreographing two different parts to a dance, you can superimpose them and see how they would interplay one with another. I mean, the possibilities are really limitless with this. It's really a cool feature, and I hope that you'll get started using it soon in your studio if you're not already doing so. So here are some additional features that we have within the Analyze Student or Assist Student part of our app. So if you click on the top left, you'll see that there's playback video. That's just to play back various videos from your library. We also have record video. So although you can record it on your own device, you would need to import it into the app in order to use it. Whereas if you use it straight from the app and you record this way, it'll go directly to your library. There's the import library. So I said I would talk about this later. this is the option that you would select in order to go through your personal library of videos and pictures and import them into the app so that you can utilize them. So it's a really quick and easy way to do it. As long as it's on your device, you'll be able to import it through your library, as long as that option is enabled when you set it up. We also have the option to share levels. We have a whole video and other content regarding sharing levels, and also with managing your shared levels with your dancers. So all of that is within the same section. So as you can see, the app is pretty powerful, right? And the nice thing is that it's also very intuitive. So if you look at the options, remember the gear icon, you're going to want that. As you click that, then you'll see your options and you'll be able to play with it a bit, as we've done here on this little presentation today. It's a powerful teaching tool, and it's a powerful teacher tool. So it's a great teaching tool because you can actually show your dancers what you would like to see improvement on, whether you compare it to one of our videos or you compare it to videos of their own progress. It's amazing what dancers can pick up on when they can actually visually see, because dance is a visual art, so seeing it really is helpful for dancers. It's also an amazing tool for us as teachers to be able to see that. And also sometimes teaching can be difficult over the long term because we don't see the progress that we would like to see as quickly as we think we'd like to see it. But using a tool like this, you'll be amazed at the progress that you can see in a short amount of time that you just didn't recognize, because we're seeing our kids, on a regular basis each week.
That is a great feature, isn't it? So I just really love that. So thank you so much for sharing all of that. So again, thank you for joining us, and thank you teachers for joining us on this weekly mini. You can learn more about acrobatic arts and our programs at acrobaticarts.com. Be sure to join us next week on our session on the many ways to use an incline mat with special guest acrobatic arts examiner and course conductor, Vicki Fletcher. We will see you then. Take care, everybody.